You overthinking again? Same. If you're an introvert or a shy human, come join us.
We're learning to grow and take up space. We're your hosts. I'm Kay.
And I'm M. Welcome, everyone. This is episode 44, and today we're talking about self acceptance.
Let's just start a conversation with that. Okay, you're not who you used to be. Now what?
I am not who I used to be. Yes. And I'm glad that I'm not who I used to be. Or maybe I mourn who I used to be. I feel like life was a lot lighter
Do you miss her?
in some ways, not being so aware.
Mhm.
Or was it? I don't know.
Interesting. Say more. Sorry, I gave you a very therapist answer. My therapist would be like, say more. Uh,
Really? That's what she says?
in my head, I'm like, wait, it's so vague. Say more about what part? And then I just, whatever comes out of my mouth, it's never, uh, sorry. It's never wrong, whatever I say. So say more. You say that life was lighter in some ways. I am really curious to know like how that showed up for you. Because I think I get you. Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking, like, when you're a kid, like, you don't have, like, bills and responsibilities and time and all of that. I think it was more of, like, I didn't have to worry about paying attention to what people were thinking or doing and stuff. Like, there was a sense of lightness in that. Maybe I was just, like, too caught into, like, my imagination, you know?
I mean, that's also they say ignorance is bliss, so I definitely do agree with that saying. Was that more so when you were like a kid or teenager
I think
still?
actually when I moved back to the States, things just shifted again. I mean, I know that like over there, yeah, there was like very dark moments, but also like I felt a lot more confident in who I was, you know?
Yeah, like caring about what other people's thoughts, opinions. That didn't fortunately, I didn't have those glory years for too long, I feel like. Like 8 years old, I became very aware of that to the point where it actually impacted how I was acting. There's a mourning, a grieving process, it kind of sounds like.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Every single time that we record, it's like we're always stumped in like, what are we doing? I think we're having existential crises every single time we record.
Yes, especially recently, they're getting deeper, more
Yeah.
confusing. Because I mean, like I stop and think about it. I haven't really thought about, okay, I'm not who I used to be. Now what? It's kind of like I've been acting, but the reflecting part, I don't know. And then sometimes I read my journals and I'm like, what the hell? I've had this epiphany 8 years ago. And then I'm talking in the podcast like I recently realized it.
Well, actually, I think that that's it. Talking about this is just I feel like it's digressing me too much. I don't feel confident anymore. Like, where was the progress from first season? I feel like I'm stuck.
Yeah, I just think when we started the podcast, we were we were literally so afraid of everything.
Mhm.
And now jumping that line where we know we can do it, it's a different level of scary because the first our expectations were just to post, to talk, to show ourselves we could do this thing, right? I don't want to say it was like low stakes, but now what we're doing, it's we're growing and we're building and we're pushing ourselves even more. These kinds of levels, maybe that's the thing. Maybe we've never pushed ourselves to these levels. So everything is an existential crisis because we're like,
Yeah.
I don't compute this. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
No, I mean, you might be onto something because, like, I don't think I have ever taken a time to just reflect on who I used to be and why I became the way I am, or just reflecting on events in general that you thought, oh, they were everyday mundane things, but actually were like maybe a pivotal shaping thing for the future. So I
Mhm.
guess digressing is good in a sense. I mean, I hope so.
We're trying to revert back to our ways because we're somewhere different, right?
Mhm.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be digressing or going back because we're pushing forward past our uncomfortableness. And this is such a like stereotypical, traditional style way of being. You reached a new level, you're feeling good, And then
You want
there's
more.
these moments where you want more, but then you take steps back. And I think putting a like label in it, what it is actually helpful because now I can say, okay, we know we're doing the thing where we want to go back. And what's the overthinking? It's really protection, right? Like we
Mhm.
want to make sure that we're safe and therefore overthinking how to have a freaking conversation about we're not the same people now what.
Yeah. Maybe this can be just us mourning our old selves, like a funeral to our old self, but in the sense of like, we're giving thanks that you were here and now we're letting you rest or something like that.
I really like that idea.
Okay.
So I would like to think about it as I don't want to kill my past versions of me. I just want to take them on this ride. I have been trying to communicate with my inner child for like actively trying to communicate with her. Some people may think I'm psycho, but probably for, I don't know, I think a good year or two now. And it's tough because I imagine her literally, I can see it when I'm doing this thing that I do, and she's sitting with her head down, her arms over her head like this, you know, when you play 7 Up, anyways,
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
And she is in a literal dungeon. It is dark, it is cold, it is wet, and every time I go to visit her and talk to her, she doesn't wanna talk to me. She doesn't wanna even look at me, she doesn't wanna look up. I, like, give her a hug, I tell her I'm sorry, like, "I'm sorry I wasn't there for you, sorry I ignored you so many times." And I recently had this realization because of the Olivia Rodrigo song, The Cure. I was on my walking pad and I was listening to the song and then it just kinda hit me. I was like, "Oh shit, like, you just wanted me to love myself, like, who I am now, and not you as a child because you already knew that I loved you. Like, that wasn't a question for you." And as I was having this realization, I, like, went to her in this room and the dark dungeon started turning light, like white, and, um I was crying because I just thought in that moment that it was all about, like, my child me, but it like, she just wanted me to be like, "Hey, you who you are right now, that's good enough too." And if you're, like, essentially saying you're not good enough in this moment, then you're essentially, like, saying I wasn't good enough then, because we are all one, we are all connected. Um, so I'm thankful if we're gonna go to the past, I'm thankful for my younger self, all versions of me, continuing to keep on going despite moments where I didn't want to. Um Despite me isolating myself from people who were just trying to help, um, and for allowing myself to cry because I didn't know how to say what I was feeling, and that was, like, the only way for me to express myself, and now we bring it to the now, and it's just I wanna keep this energy going of, like, being really happy with who I am right now, because at some point, that's gonna be a past version of me, and I don't wanna have to, like, go back in time and then have to, like, do the same thing that I was doing to my inner child. It's like, "Oh, I love you. You're good enough." It's like, no, I have the ability to do that now and not have to go back in time in my mind and do that. I don't know if that makes sense. Have you tried to imagine your little girl? Your little girl.
I have not actually, but if I were in the same scenario, I guess I um would picture her maybe just sitting and reaching up, like this. And then maybe me running to like hug and then just like crying with her. Um mm, oh, that made me emotional.
Her reaching up got to me. It's making me emotional. Um, what would you tell her?
Mm, maybe I'd tell her that she did good, that she was great, that she was perfect, and that there was nothing wrong with her.
Yeah. Well, it's a crying session now. I'm an emotional too. Sorry, that's what I do. I try to make light of things, but it's really thank you for sharing. I think that talking to our inner child, it's really I get like that too. I get really emotional because these are words that probably we wanted to hear growing up, but just never got it in the way that we wanted it, right? Or maybe not even in any version of what we wanted. Um,
Yeah. I think it's just very sad how when you're a child, you're so new to the world and you don't know anything obviously, and just the world in itself, it's so cruel in the sense that no one is perfect, everyone's dealing with their own thing, so therefore you're just there and you're learning from other people that are dealing with their own things. It's
yeah.
almost like if it was a big joke. It's a cruel joke.
Being a parent is it's hard, but it's also like from what I hear it can be this very beautiful experience and unfortunately when one has parents who are just surviving, kids get the whatever end of the stick, whatever that saying is, like you just get you don't learn how to live life. You literally learn the same thing. You learn how to survive. And our parents learn how to survive in their own ways. And then we, because we're different people, we just learn, oh, okay, we're here to survive. And then we take on these like defense mechanisms, these ways of coping. And for us, like it became this whole being shy, introverted, overthinking to keep us safe. And I guess it's still kind of uncomfortable for me to put it like that and say it like that, but that's what it is. I was just gonna say that I don't like it because it makes me feel like my personality is a survival personality and it's not really who I am.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we need to reiterate to the listener that we are not always shy, introverted, and overthinkers. It's just, our little niche words for our platform. And everyone else that can relate to those words are so much more than that. And everyone that you see online, if they identify as a certain thing, they're so much more than that. And yeah, for us, I mean, we are incorporating those words because yes, they are a big part of our personalities. Were a part and they still are. And like you were saying, they were just defense mechanisms that our bodies or minds had to create to help us sort of get through life at certain stages.
Yeah, and I think bringing it to the now, we are becoming, I almost want to say, hyper aware of this. And now we are in the position where we want to take parts of these personality traits. We want to feel empowered in them because they don't have to be survival personalities anymore. Now they can be what we are choosing. Like I do like qualities of each of those. And this is me actively choosing this, right? It's not out of fear anymore because I don't even know how to express, like, how what like, the ideas that are going in my head.
That's the whole reason why we started this page, this platform, this thing together because we, one, obviously wanted to take action to be able to move forward, right? And then two, because we wanted to embrace these qualities so they can help us in our future, help us for a future self that we're proud of. So I think I relate in this jumbleness that you're feeling in your mind of trying to communicate that it's okay, we're okay. We are choosing to move forward and hopefully inspire someone else that's going through the same thing. It'll be dark for a bit, maybe for a lot, but you will have that realization that, you know what? It's okay to move forward, or I'm safe enough to move forward, or I'm working towards the moment to move forward.
Mhm. And I think the difference really is that we're right now choosing to proceed with these personality traits, but it is actually our choice is not a default anymore. And we're not letting it stop us from going after what we want. Who knows? Maybe in a year from now, 2 years from now, we totally do not relate to these personality traits anymore and we just become huge extroverts and are like really ballsy and not an ounce of shyness in us. We just take action instead of overthink. Like that's the thing about healing and time and evolving. But for right now, I don't see that happening. And not in a negative way, not in a way where, right? Like, who says that in life you have to be extroverted and you have to be like super spontaneous? Like, those are not better qualities. They're just different qualities to have. And I think at the end of the day, as long as whatever personality traits that I want to identify with, as long as I am not pausing my life because of them, I'm good. And hey, I like being an introvert. I don't think that's going to change. It's kind of great to me.
Exactly. And hopefully, whoever is listening has a little session with themselves and, you know, talks to your old self and then gentle, obviously, and is ready to move on.
Yeah. And this is all really difficult, like these conversations to have with other people, with yourself, especially if you haven't had them. I never thought that these style personalities was a coping mechanism or a defense mechanism. I was not aware of that. I think this is something new that I've just started exploring probably like what a month ago since we've been kind of chatting about this. Like, I
Mhm.
figured I knew I was shy. I said, "Oh, it's because I moved to the US," but it's like there's so many more layers to it, and unfortunately, I'm not a therapist to be able to, like, say that in a eloquent way, but what I can say is if you are processing too in real time and you are finding out that, "Oh, shit, my personality traits are actually because I was just surviving because of my parents, my family, whatever it is." I know this is, like, tough to hear and a lot of people don't wanna hear it, but I think it helps moving forward, which is if that's what you learned from your parents or your family, whomever, that is probably what they were experiencing too, and it makes it easier for you to move forward acknowledging that fact, and I'm not saying forgive, but then it doesn't make it personal anymore, or at least for me, because I used to take how I grew up, I didn't deserve this, I didn't do that, or whatever it may be, but it was literally them not being able to see outside of themselves. Nothing, not an ounce to do with who you are as a person, who you were then. And that, at least for me, has helped me to just move on and let go more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's really good advice. I'm taking it personally too, and hopefully others take it to heart because it's a very hard thing to do, especially for whoever is going through it, and there's so much pent up anger and sentiment of some sort.
Yeah, and feel your feelings, please. Like, I say that not to, like, have you repress what you're feeling. Feel all your feelings, let them all out. If you're angry, feel the anger, feel the sadness, feel it all. And then after you feel everything, hopefully you can remember that you are amazing, were amazing the way you are. It was never about you. I wanna say sweetie, but I don't wanna sound condescending, but that's what I wanted to say. It was never
Yeah.
about you, sweetie. Never, ever, ever.
Exactly. And I mean, there will be people that will argue that there are some very shitty people, parents, but obviously in general, we're
Oh, yeah.
saying it that most of the time parents don't know what they're doing.
Yes, but even when they do know what they're doing and they're being shitty, that is because they're like That's a survival thing, and that's their issues. Total, like, I'm not trying to ever take away from parents if they acted shitty towards you, that's it, that never changes. But, like, a kid, when you come to this earth, when you are here, when you're 2 years old, when you're 3, you have done nothing wrong. There's
Yeah.
nothing ever justifiable for a parent to treat a kid
Mhm.
like shit, ever.
Exactly.
That's just what I mean, like, it's just it was never about you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, apart from parents, environments also mold how your identity is formed, right? You know, things that happen in school, things that happen with friends, cousins, blah, blah, blah. But either way, we just wanted to hold space for that. And now we're embracing the newness, the next chapter of who we want to become, of who we're trying to become, of loving all the parts of us that have been hidden for so long and that are trying to come out.
And continue to discover who we are. I think the stage that we're in right now, I actually heard this last weekend. I reconnected with an artist that I really, really love, not personally, obviously, but through Spotify. And anyway, so he has a new album. It's Mike Posner, and there is this song. We'll hopefully get to creating that playlist that we've been talking about for
Yeah,
almost a year. Um, but there's a line in a song where he says, "I wish you could see yourself right now, thriving and struggling at the same time."
I like it.
And I thought my mind blown, and I was like, "That is how I feel like I am right now." And if you think about it, we're always thriving in one way or another. And you could
Mhm.
even think being here, having the opportunity to make changes with our lives, that's thriving, right? We have that freedom, and maybe not everybody does. So I'm just saying, like, if you do, that's you could consider that thriving. And then obviously struggling because we're growing. I mean, that's just so perfect for the healing journey, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I really like what you said about just like the little things, be grateful that you're here and that you're thriving in some way or another. You can't see it obviously because you're with yourself 24/7, right? But like the little thing that you did with your skincare, the meal that you ate that will help aid in your health, that little walk that you went on that
Clean
just so
water.
happened, yeah, that helped your, I don't know, your weight loss or whatever, or even your body movement. We just have to reconnect and remind ourselves that those are the things. Those are the
Mhm, and if
things.
we have those, we can build from that, and even if we don't have those, we can still build. So if we're here, we can build. If we're here, we're thriving, and maybe that's how life is all the time. We're thriving and struggling
Yeah,
always, but isn't that beautiful?
exactly. Okay, so we're just going to start wrapping it up, and thank you for allowing us to express ourselves and for staying until the end. Next episode 45, we're finally bringing it to the now. I know we said that before, but now we're bringing it to the now, and we're showing you guys how much we're putting in to becoming the people that we want to become, right?
We hope that you all have a great week. Actually, update, we are gonna be posting on Fridays now. Almost forgot about that. So join us for our next episode. We post on Fridays now. And don't forget, most importantly, we're rooting for you. Bye.
Bye, guys.